So listen, we're going to switch gears a little bit here. We've been talking about some nice weather. We've been talking about spring weather, and now we're going to be talking about spring cleaning. We've got professional organizer Rose Miller with us this morning. Good morning, Rose. How are you doing?
Good morning. How are you? Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, it's our pleasure. So, what are kind of some top tips, I guess, for folks who are trying to clear the clutter? And I have to tell you, the reason you look at this very blank wall behind me when I do this show is because everything else is cluttered.
Up front.
House. Yes. So, how do you manage it, especially at this point, because we've all been home. So that's not, we don't have the office to drop some stuff. We don't have the school locker, just everything converged into the household in the last year. What do we do with it all?
Well, I think the biggest piece is really just removing everything that no longer serves your purpose, right? Sometimes if we just shove it in another room, it's really the honest to goodness truth is the biggest root of clutter is the procrastinated decision on what to do with it. And we really have a hard time reaching our fullest potential with our hands and minds filled with yesterday. So really taking some ownership and accountability to creating and designing the space you want and intends to be filled with only what you absolutely love and find resourceful.
I love that. And I do think, I'm someone who kind of personally believes in the energy of things, the energy of a room. And for sure, as you said, if your house is full of stuff you don't want or not using, right, or does not serve the life you want to live, then, you're kind of holding on to that sort of energy. I mean, is that something that you talk about with clients?
Yeah, I think that like whether it's a closet and you have a filled closet with I may fit into it someday, or I remembered how much it cost when I purchased it, what it turns into is a home and closet of regret, and you can't really find what you need that is purposeful. So I think that the best plan when you go to declutter is having a plan, right? So allocating enough time, putting it on your calendar, staying focused and not being distracted with your 40th birthday crown or all the pictures and the yearbooks that we it's a treasure trove of stuff when we go to declutter. But marking it on your calendar and having garbage bag, contractor bags, boxes for discard and donate items, as much as making sure you have enough time to drop off the items for donation at the end of the day. Otherwise, it sits in your foyer, garage, and trunk.
Yeah, did a lot of that as well. Do you have a method that you recommend? So I was saying earlier, I had read Marie Kondo's book and very much enjoyed it. And her method is take everything out in a single subject matter. So clothing being the big one. Put all your clothes in one pile so you can see just how much you have, and then start going through it. Do you recommend something similar? Do you have another method that you prefer?
I mean, I think that I look at everything like an efficiency expert. And if you pull every single thing out of that closet, you make sure you have enough time to put it all back. I think, when I work with clients and editing their wardrobes, we really just go through what's in the closet, pulling everything out that you're not keeping, and then organizing it by color, by length of sleeve. The proper hangers are helpful, but I don't feel like that's the most efficient use of time. I love the folds that Marie Kondo uses. And I think she says something about spark joy. I think it's more about, laundry doesn't spark joy, but, you have to have gratitude for the laundry and the wardrobe and the washer and dryer. You can't edit out that. So it's really, truly for me about is, do you still love it and find it resourceful? I love helping my clients design a home based upon that. What is the purpose of it?
Yeah. Now, Rose, one other question for you, and just because of COVID, I know in 2020, so many of the charities where a lot of people would have given a lot of these items, we're not accepting things because we weren't sure if there was, if the virus could live in fabric, if it could live on hard surfaces. Yeah. Do you know, or are you anticipating, more places starting to accept donations this year where people can kind of really feel good about getting rid of this stuff because they know it's going to go to somebody who needs it or somebody who wants it versus just going into the trash pile?
Right. So 100%. I think New Jersey, Bucks County, everywhere, we are surrounded by amazing charities, and it is easier to let go of what no longer serves you. You're systematically taking down what's blocking you, and by donating, you're sharing your abundance. No matter what level of success we're all at, we all seek abundance, right? So we're surrounded. So in New Jersey, you have Homefront, Trenton Rescue Mission, you have Green Drop. Give Back Box is a great charity to offload all of our boxes. You literally just edit your house, put everything in a box, and ship it back to Give Back Box. And there's so many great charities, and really just do the research, see if that charity kind of resonates with you, and knowing what they can take before you go and drop it off.
Very nice. Rose Miller, professional organizer, thank you so much for joining us on this Friday morning and giving us some of your top tips. We really appreciate it. And of course, guys, you can find Rose's information at njonair.com. Thank you, Rose. Have a great weekend.
Thank you so much. You too. Happy spring.